self-esteem is how we value and perceive ourselves. It's based on our opinion, take it all over, and beliefs about ourselves, which can feel difficult to change. You see now? So it's something that you have accepted somehow. So it cannot change. That is me. It cannot change. So it is a value and your perception about yourself. We say esteem is also about respect and admiration. So when we talk about esteem, it has to do with respect and admiration. That's to say, if I have a high self-esteem, it means I like myself. So self-esteem is also about respect and admiration. Okay? We talk about respect and admiration. Now, when you say my esteemed colleague, it means you are talking about your colleague that you value. Esteem about you respect, you admire. So that is the summary of your self-esteem. It has to do with your value. It has to do with your perception. So we talk about types of self-esteem. This is why it's interesting to me when we talk about type, because we hardly say high self-esteem most often. We always identify people with low self-esteem. We say it is natural to feel better about yourself some days more than others. That one is a natural tendency. But you want to keep an overall self-esteem in a healthy range. Okay. Now, it is normal today. You may not really be in a very best of your ways. You don't feel the best of you. You don't really feel it, or you just okay. Myself, I'm not in my mood today. I'm in my mood today, yes. But the thing is, we should have an overall self-esteem, healthy self-esteem. Now, I take the first one. Overly high self-esteem. Number one type of self-esteem is the overly high self-esteem. Are we there? The overly high self-esteem. This one is feeling superior to others. The pompous people. I said they are the overconfident people. People with overly high esteem are often arrogant, self-indulgent, and express their feeling of entitlement. Our able coach always talk about this feeling of entitlement. Okay, I'm entitled to this. It is you do something, and an overly high self-esteem person will always have a feeling of entitlement. So if you do something, the person is like, okay, you are so wonderful, or are you not? If you don't do it, are you not supposed to? They have this. It's like it's their right. Too arrogant in their approach. They tend to overlook their own flaws and criticize others. They are the ones that are very correct. The overcorrect ones. Every other person is wrong except them. Every other person is wrong except them. They overlook. People's opinion don't always count. Those are overly high self-esteem people. People's opinion don't count. It is what they are saying that is counting. Okay. Maybe I'm not fast.
No, it's okay.
Okay, man. So we have the overly high esteem, self-esteem people. Not so. Superiority complex is dealing with them. They have a superiority complex. They have a mentality. Every other person is wrong except them. So we talk about number one, overly highly. We talk about number two, healthy self-esteem. These are people that can balance life. They have an accurate and balanced self-view. They know how to blend. They know how to, where to be them and where to be others. They know how to approach others and they know how to talk to others. That is healthy self-esteem, balanced self-view. So they have their self-confidence that is balanced. They have their assurance. They are not, they know when to do what. People self-esteem, with self-esteem, recognize and accept their abilities and their flaws. So it is for them to say, oh yes, we are doing this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And then it is difficult. It's easy for them to say, okay, oh wow, I'm sorry here, oh, I am sorry here. People with healthy self-esteem. So their weaknesses, they easily identify, they recognize it. You tell somebody, okay, it's like this, okay, no problem. Somebody, he is not fighting with you. He is not there to prove a point. Like an overly high self-esteem. Their strength and their weaknesses, they are not bothered about it. That's what gives confidence. They hold realistic expectations for themselves and others. So these people easily work with others. Others people's expectations count, not only what they want. So what are your expectations? They can easily get to people and they talk, okay, what do you want from us? That is a healthy self-esteem person. Their expectations are realistic. They don't have an entitlement syndrome. They are not there just to expect people to do this for me. No, they are being realistic. So the third one is the low self-esteem, which is a challenge in the society due to numerous things we will see. Low self-esteem, feeling inferior to others. Oh my God. I did not go to school, so I cannot even be anything. It is finished. This is for people that have gone to school. We are from a poor, some of them, it was from childhood. They started telling them, good for nothing child, even primary school, good for nothing child. The child will go to secondary school, good for nothing child. The child will go, so the child has lived to be a good for nothing child. Despite all the successes that may be around the child, the childhood can be a problem. It has caused a low self-esteem. Their background, hey, we have a very poor background. My mother was this. My father was this in our house. So this feeling has brought low self-esteem. They say feeling inferior to others. People will with low self-esteem value the opinions of others above their own. So every other person is correct for somebody with a low self-esteem. No, whether your opinion, the person is, you are wrong in the thing, but low self-esteem is dealing with them. And these people too, it is difficult for them to accept compliments. When you see a low self-esteem person, it's like, you are beautiful today. On my head with a big soul. You are beautiful today. I beg. This dress that is, they always have something. They don't accept compliments. It's difficult for them to know that, okay, when you say you are beautiful, I love your dressing. For a low self-esteem person, they focus only on their perceived weakness. Success in school, we are just succeeding. I beg, let me just pass for passing sake. After all, who am I? Hey, brother Shantaraba. Somebody is doing well in business, so but is still having a low self-esteem. Master, you are good in business. I beg, I did not do business. Which business that I'm good at? This thing that I'm doing. The person is always negative, focus on weaknesses rather than their assets. They are often afraid of failure and believe everyone else is better than they are. That's the challenge. So a low self-esteem does not see potential in them. I'm talking to somebody now. A low self-esteem person does not see the potentials within. He sees only his failures, his weaknesses, his limitation. Oh, inferiority complex is dealing with the person. Thinking only low of yourself. Beautiful girl. I beg, which beautiful girl? Wait, no get money. Rich girl. I beg, rich girl. Did I go to school? They always, no matter how you compliment them, there's always a but to them that must come. That is somebody with a low self-esteem. They must always have a but. Now, when we talk about it, you ask yourself this question. Do you frequently have a negative self-thought? A question to ask. To know whether you have a low self-esteem is good. This is the question. Say, do you frequently have a negative self-thought or poor opinion of yourself? Do you frequently have a negative self-thought or poor opinion of yourself? Do you accept blame for something you didn't do because you think it must be your fault? They just accept anything, blame them. Okay, yes. Why is this thing like that? They cannot say we did it. No, they did it. They just take the blame. They cannot say, no, I didn't do it. A low self-esteem person does not know how to sit up to their opinion. So if you are feeling like this and you always blame yourself for something that you didn't do, but you just accept it, you feel that it must be your fault because most often they are forgetful. So maybe in his mind is, just accept, maybe I did it and I forget, which is very dangerous. Maybe I did it and I forget. How does self-esteem affect people? That's our question. How does self-esteem affect people? Number one, indecisiveness. That's the first challenge. with self-esteem people, low self-esteem. They have indecisiveness. That is to say, they find it difficult to make decisions. They're difficult in defending or explaining their decisions. So they find difficulties, number one, in decisions. They find difficulties in explaining their decisions and defending their position. No, they don't want to take that position. That is, they don't want to stand by that decision and say, I perish. This is the decision I've taken. Whatever happens, no, they are not. Where this decision that I've taken, is it even correct? What will happen? No, they are not like that. They have this challenge. They lack confidence. They are not positive. They are just passive. Their passivity just makes it in a way that at one point they lost respect. You know, when you lose yourself, you easily lose sight of the person in front of you. When you don't know you, it's difficult to really know the person that is in front of you. That's why somebody with a low self-esteem, even a child, can make that person to feel bad. Something the person would have corrected and said, don't do this. But a low self-esteem will say, hey, just leave it. Hey, and you just want to pretend. You want to take it. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's my fault. Which your fault? It's not your fault. It's because you have degraded yourself. You have looked at yourself as a good for nothing person. Second point, victimization. Low self-esteem people, victimization. To be a victim, they are susceptible to abuse. They are vulnerable people. So they can be taken advantage of due to their vulnerability. They can tell you anything. They can send you anywhere. They can just command you anyhow. And because you feel too low, you will just be doing it. Who am I? Poor. Somebody who doesn't even have what you have. Hey, let me just be there. Low self-esteem. They have killed you until when you look at yourself, oh God. You see a wife with a low self-esteem. They abuse because low esteem comes from verbal abuse. Low esteem comes externally from verbal abuse. So sometimes they abuse you until you look at yourself, you say, oh, 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 oh. I pity wives because sometimes their husbands can abuse them until they turn and they look at themselves if they're the ones. Maybe I didn't laugh, eh? Maybe that means they talk until, you know, I've never spoken to somebody until the person turn and look and say, is this me they are talking? And then they mentally torture you. It comes torture, abuse. They torture you mentally. They make you to feel you are good for nothing. You cannot even work your own money. So they victimize you in a way that even the things that you have capacity to do, you are weak in doing them. Therefore, it gives the third point, low productivity. You see now, you know, for example, you are in a house. Every day they are insulting the child can never even think again because the child will just be waiting. If I put this plate here, they will say, foolish child. If it is a wife, the wife may not even cook because I don't even know what to cook. Yesterday I cooked fufu, they say they want the rice. Today I'll cook rice, they say, the rice does not have salt. Tomorrow I'll put salt, they say, they make you to be like, Is this not you that you were cooking this for when this man was to marry you and he was saying that it's nice? You lose your identity. You lose your self-worth. And that is how it affects people. So it starts, especially from verbal abuse, abuse of any form. A man can choose and say, in this house, you are not working and you will use money the way I want. Hey, you're already losing your self-esteem because your ability to do something, you just sit like this. You will go and ask for part, and then tomorrow they'll say, shut up, you are only there asking for part. You cannot do anything. Tomorrow you want to go and work, they say that 10,000 when you bring an money. In fact, they can abuse you on. So in your mind, that is money. First, you say, okay, I will not work again. They tell you, you are eating in this house. You are not doing anything. So finally, their aim is to paralyze you and you become very less productive. Your self-esteem has died. Relationships, you don't even know how to talk again. That's why you see in a home, the husband has killed the wife's self-esteem until the wife does not even know again what to say. Honey, welcome. I beg, I don't tire. Please, should I put you water? Must you put the water hot? I've cooked. Did I tell you that I want to eat? But they have taught this wife that give food to your wife. So finally, the wife does not understand what it means to take care of the husband, what it means to be a wife. Because she will tell you, my own husband, by the time I come, by the time I tell him that, please, what will you want to eat? Nothing. Okay, or anything. Now I've cooked anything. Why did you cook this food? Okay, what should I cook for you? I'm not hungry. Ever, Jehovah. Even to take that food and cook as a wife, your own appetite, you have lost your appetite. You don't have interest in food. That can lead to a health challenge now. You see, low self-esteem can also affect your health. Now you see a woman in the house, she's just sitting. Hi, I don't even know what to do. Even water to drink, she cannot drink. Sooner or later, gastric go can start. Hey, how for the house only for chop. But when never chop, they don't make a suit. So when they don't, you over fat. So when they say you over dry. So when they say, oh Jesus, you are not dressing well. So at the end of the day, she'll just sit like that. Health challenges. It's like she cannot even bathe very well. You bathe with this, they say, you have bathed. Some people can kill somebody in the name of abuse. So it comes now to a health challenge. When you reach that point, it affects people with now you start having a false perception about yourself. You start seeing yourself a good for nothing wife. You see now, you start accepting that you are not a good friend. You are not a good sister in that family. You are not a good brother in that family. You start accepting what people have said negatively. So you start having a false perception of yourself. You start having a very wrong perception of yourself. And the wrong perception now will destroy, it will create problems. Because you are seeing a beautiful person, an intelligent person, but inside of you, they are telling you that, I beg, what can you do? What can you do? One person has encouraged me, has really helped me from my pastor is this Mommy K. I cannot stop thanking God for her. She has a way of bringing out and boosting your self-esteem. Taking that low life, that false perception, and bringing you to understand your identity. All her programs that she's running is to make people see their self-worth, building you to have a better you. Because the first person in life that you should be in love with is you. Imagine you are not in love with you because Your sisters have told you that you are a good for nothing person. Your brothers, your colleagues, everybody is telling you like, okay, and you have accepted. So that my colleague like that, a good for nothing. What does she know? What does he know? So most of those things, it starts giving you a false perception, so much so that even when you are with people now, you are seeing yourself the way other people think. And one of the challenges they have that they refuse compliment. They find it difficult to accept compliment. To meet somebody and they say, wow, man, you day up. You are up today. They say, I beg. Because the image, the lens through which they are seeing, what are they seeing? Low self-esteem. They are seeing a wife or a sister that the whole family, or a brother that the whole family is saying, you are good for nothing. They are seeing somebody, you go to your job site, your colleagues say, mama, today you package. You know, you are only seeing yourself maybe in relation to what they have told you in the house. Where now cry they do you. Only cry. You can cry. You are feeling like, oh God. So it's not really me, better. So how can I improve my self-esteem, especially in a relationship? I'll begin with the relationship and then I'll come to the other general, if there is any. You know, we have learned about emotional intelligence, which is good. It also has to build in you. Your emotional intelligence tells you who you are. So building your self-worth is very important. It says, now, know your worth. How can I improve on my self-esteem? My dear, there is something you know. Know it. Be worthy, happy, and tell yourself that I am worthy of good life. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of freedom. So know your worth. I am worthy of being cared for. When you know your worth, you start applying your worth to you. You take care of yourself. I am worthy of happiness. Therefore, I must give myself first happiness. It will make that the things that will want to kill you from your background, from your environment, from whatsoever, when you start taking care of yourself, it means you are talking about, I'm loving myself the positive way. Because somebody with low self-esteem will love themselves to hide it. They will love themselves to go and hide. I beg, I love myself. Oh, let me not just pass where people are. I beg, I love myself. But to take care of yourself is to be confident that I can pass where those people are. So because I have to go to where those people are, I cannot just dress anyhow. I cannot just talk anyhow. I start building my mind. I start building my emotions. I start building my everything because I have to take care of myself. So I must eat. If they care, they tell me that, oh, you are fat, you are only wasting food in this house. I must eat so that I will not have gastritis. If they care, they tell you that you are only finishing all the food, you are not working. My dear, don't starve yourself. That's self-care. It's very important. Identify your needs. What do I need? I need something. As a matter of fact, in all of these things that I need, you identify it. Like when they were teaching us on growth and development, don't go and look for a maths class when you don't need it. You are looking for a maths teacher. What will a maths teacher do to a marriage counselor? How do we, you know? So what are my needs now? So I need positive energy, like I said. I need positive energy. So I need what will boost me to come out to make my worth really visible. I need the things that will boost me to make my worth visible. I can do this thing. They should not make me unworthy of doing it. So you overcome your beliefs. You overcome your beliefs then by releasing your expectation. I am a better version of a woman. I am a better sister. I am molding myself. I'm doing some things. So as that, what are my expectations? Like, I'm doing this class even. What are my expectations? For me, like Mabia said from the beginning, we are learning first. So this thing must first of all touch me, impact my life. My expectations is to become a changed person. So a value-added person. So then you let go of your past. I remember this is one of the things that they were teaching us when we were doing emotional intelligence. We got it right. When we were doing emotional intelligence, we're talking about how to help yourself. Let go of your past. Be in the present. It's not because I'm coming from a poor background. Even if I marry a poor man, no use my background. Because even if I marry a rich man, don't use my background. So I'm in the present. Presently, I'm from a poor background, but I'm married to a rich man. I'm a poor girl that has found favor in the eyes of God. So I'm living in the present. If you don't live in the present, it will be a challenge. All right. I'll also write, say, write about yourself. That's another thing of your self-worth. What do I admire about myself? Oh my God. I admire this. I admire that. Write them out. Write them out. Like you take yourself like this. You say, I say, Mirabe, is this you? Is this you? Why should you always be afraid? Why should you? Oh, this is not the you that should manifest. Okay. After everything, anyway, I like your boldness. But is this boldness channeled rightly? So I like it. I admire myself. I admire they say you are what? No. If I am this way, there is another good thing about me. I admire someone. So you put yourself about me. I admire the fact that when people are around, I like to serve them. I admire the fact that what do you admire about yourself? Improve on it. Write it down. Stop being a people pleaser. A marriage counselor or in your life, stop being it. There's a statement in growth that says activity is not productivity. I don't know if I got it well when they were teaching the development and personal. Stop being, no, if I don't go to this place, they will feel bad. No, please. If you want to improve on your self-esteem, let them feel bad. You will not be there, period. You have a reason. No, let me go. No, I just have to go so that the person will not be, wait, no. Is it convenient for you? Are you going there because of convenience? Is it for possible? Are you going there out of a high or your self-esteem? Or you are going because you have a low self-esteem and no, if I don't go there, that's how he will insult me. That's how she will insult me. That is not it. You are not a people pleaser. Learn to say no when it is not convenient. Are we there? As Evelyn, welcome. So learn to say no. Step out.
Thank you.
We please people a lot. No, let me be there for everybody. Okay, in the morning, you are in this place. In the afternoon, yeah, in the night, now you come. Virtue has finished you, and then the real thing that you have to do, you are not doing because you have drained. You have spent your whole day. Come and analyze and do accountability, balancing. You ask yourself, I said, what did I do today? Of what use was that visit to me? Okay, now that I've gone to this cry die, what have I benefited? Maybe you even went to the cry die, the person that I wanted to see was so busy. The attention that they or they take you and you are washing plates. Some people, you know what I mean? Some people go to places they don't value them, so they are going just because. You see, somebody will go because in that, there's a woman I know. They will always, when she goes to cry die, they don't even bother. She used to, they just know that somebody to wash the plates are come. My dear, give yourself credit. Stay in your house, eh? Give yourself credit. So step out of your comfort zone. You are too comfortable in that place, so you don't really see your worth. When you become too comfortable, you become too familiar. You don't have challenges again. You don't have something that can challenge your worth. You don't have something that can bring out the real you. You see, God will help us. So we cannot be there for everyone. It's only the Holy Spirit, Jesus, that is there for everybody. I have learned it, and we are really learning. Don't be there for everybody. Put your priorities. Put your priorities straight. So when you come out of your comfort zone, you are used to doing this thing. Okay, I go, yes, you get up in the morning, this, that. You just have a routine life. Is sometimes you cannot be productive with a routine life. You become comfortable with a routine life. So you must come out. You must be innovative. You must go to a place where they must squeeze something to challenge you for the right you to come out. So step out of your comfort zone. Stop comparing yourself to others. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I didn't know all your mother's children with you. I knew them individually, and I called you this. I put you a female. I put you the first child. I put you the second child. I put you the girl. I put you the boy. You are alone. They are different. No matter their achievement, please avoid being intimidated by people's achievement. Look at you, you are old. Refuse it. They want to kill you. And you don't have money. Refuse those negative things, comparing yourself with others. That will reduce your self-worth and kill your self-esteem. Forgive yourself. You know, some people have a past that maybe they themselves, they are partakers, and they think each time it's mentioned, they're just like, oh God. So it becomes a blackmailing past. Their past become a blackmail to them. You know, when somebody is blackmailing you, you walk according to that person. They tell you that you remember in your past, this thing happened. Okay, I'm in my present now. So forgive your past, forgive yourself, and you move on. These are the things that especially women are suffering in this society. Men are suffering too. So when you are in your counseling, please, we make sure that we try to help people. Because men with low self-esteem, oh God, arrogance in the home. Most men that are violent, that victimize their wives, is because they have a low self-esteem. Most men who victimize their wives, low self-esteem, mostly as a result of their past. So because they could not shout at their mother, they could not even talk to their sisters anyhow, they bundled it. Somebody was dealing with them, and then now their wives have to pay for the past. My dear, forgive yourself of that past. At least celebrate your wins, like we saw even in the emotional intelligence or in group. Celebrate your wins. Hey, if out of 10 things you do one, celebrate that one. Tomorrow you will do two. Celebrate something. I tried to. So I did this course. I finally, I was thinking that I would do. So I've gone through. It's a win. Don't ask yourself, what have I done now after this course? Celebrate and say, wow, I've done a marriage counseling course. I am to be a counselor. I've done a good course. I've learned. Okay, good. I remember when I was doing my team fat training. Yes, our coach just said, I encourage you. She just showed me the training. Says, I will encourage you to go and do it. I was doing it for myself. I was just doing it to have knowledge. And when I was discussing with her, I said, oh, I just sent it. I said, thank you, ma. That's cool that you encouraged me. This is it I've done. Thank you. She was so happy. And then she has always coached me. So celebrate your win. I was just happy. And sooner or later, it was like, so you want to enjoy the knowledge alone. And thank God for this opportunity. So when you celebrate your wins, you attract people for advancement. You attract positive things. You attract growth. You increase your self-esteem. When you celebrate, it must not be big. One thing is leading to the next, is leading to the next. Above all, stay away from negative people that release negative energy. Those your friends that will always say, see you, see her face. Those your friends that will always say, but you are not good enough. Those people that will always call you and always want you to see less of you. They should not be part. Leave them. Leave them. Avoid them as much as possible. Avoid those negative people. Because they'll just come again and put you back into that bottle that you are trying to come out. A good for nothing. Hey, so you think you can do something? Oh my God. There is a woman that will always tell you good for anything, whether it's important or not. Before she tells you that, what do you want to do? She tells you good. So that kind of a person gives you positive energy. You want to say everything because you have encouragement. You should be a counselor that encourage people. I mean, from now, not just couples only. Be a positive energy around people because positive attracts positive. When you give it, you will attract it. Are we there?
Yes, so we are there.
Is that done?
Sadon.
Yes, I am capable of doing everything. Like the Bible says in the book of Philippians, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me, not through a man or a woman. It is through Christ that strengthens me. So ability to do something. Please, we are not caught up to do everything. That's what is making people. You want to be everything. You want to be everything everywhere. No, you cannot be everything everywhere, every time, for everybody. At the end of the day, they will sap energy from you. And then you will become a victim. Come out. You start seeing yourself not good for nothing. You start seeing yourself like I've wasted time. You start seeing yourself like, oh God. You start looking, instead of finding the positive. I'm telling you, every situation you are going, if you are positive about it, you will still make good use of it. So my conclusion today is, let me say it. Number one, low self-esteem is more of how you see yourself from what the outside world has put in you negative. Okay. They have put in you how you see yourself from what the outside world puts. It's more really from the outside. So they have put something inside and it is growing. The outside world has given you a stigma. The outside world has made you to be a victim in something. And instead of forgiving yourself, come out of it. No, I cannot. Your greatest strength will come from the following also. Positive affirmation and declaration. See, when you come, you say, my dear, you know what? I'm a work in progress. So don't bother. They say, you cannot cook. Oh, mama, sorry for the salt today. Oh, I'm a work in progress. Master, you know now. Anyhow, even if I don't tell you directly, I tell you it to me in myself. Say, don't mind that talk that you are a work in progress. I declare it to me that I'm a work in progress. I appreciate myself. At least I cooked today. Oh. I cooked those salt. We give self-appraisal, self-talk. Sometimes, just like we said, when you sit and put yourself like this is you. You say, see, you are nice. Don't mind about what is happening to you. You talk to yourself. I counsel myself most of the time. I counsel myself. I talk to myself. Mirabelle, don't worry. You know what? You are better. It is coming. No matter what, you are feeling down now, but this down is not your end. This down is not where you are. You cannot remain on the ground. Self-talk is very important. Talk to yourself. Say people are saying this now, but this is not what you know about yourself. People are saying this, but this is not you. I know you. I know you. Don't you know you? You know yourself. So tell yourself that I know you. You are not a bad person. You are not a weak person. You are not a dull, foolish, unproductive person that people are saying. You may not be this for that person, but you are that to somebody. So tell yourself you are not what that person is saying, because that person is saying from his own perspective. But me, say, you see, that's only you are strong. Oh. You are strong. See, don't mind. If somebody don't bother, you are courageous. See, when they want to shut your mouth, say, see, that's all that. My Mirabelle, you are bold. So self-talk. It's not just declaration, but I'm telling myself that you have to be strong. So you are talking to yourself. I'm not just declaring strength on the person, but I'm telling the self that, you see, you must do this thing. You are not this person. That's what I'm telling you. You are not this person. Let's see some Bible verses. We see the Bible says in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. The Bible says God has not given to us a spirit of fear, but he has given to us a spirit of boldness, courage, and of a sound mind, or self-control. Self-control. We see in Judges chapter 6 from verse 11. Judges. The Bible says they came to anchor Gideon. And Gideon, the angel spoke to him like they will always tell some people, you are fine, you are a good cook. Which cook self? People where cook. See, the angel came to Gideon and says, Gideon, oh man of valor. Gideon says, see me. My family is the smallest. In fact, I'm from the smallest tribe, from the smallest family, from the smallest me. Everything about him was small. But they are telling him, you are a big man. You are a big man. He says, see, I beg, I beg. You see, low self-esteem people say, I beg, don't put me for trouble. Don't put me into trouble. Who is a man of valor that you are talking about? But that was an altar bulldozer. They have made him to believe that from his family, nothing good can come out of it. They have made him to believe that their tribe, even when God is looking for people, their tribe is too small now. And because it's small, they are not great men there. And even if they are looking for great men from their tribe, it cannot be from his family. So many people look, hey, you see our family, our background, and things like that. A friend was telling me a story today how somebody, another friend went abroad, and one friend was saying that even if everybody has to travel abroad, that one whose father is a wine tapper, a palm wine tapper. So he looks at it like, So a palm wine tapper's child cannot travel abroad. Okay, you that is not a palm wine tapper's child, what are you doing in Cameroon? So you see how people can fashion your life to have what you don't have. But because of God, you are a woman of valor. You are a mighty warrior. You are a game changer. That is what God is saying. He said, change game. Hey, yo, God, do you know the kind of game that you are saying? He says, you are. So you take the boldness, you change the game, and you can do everything. It brings out your self-esteem. You become the strong woman. You become a world changer. You become a blossom wife, a blossom husband, a blossom leader, a blossom human being. When people see you, they love to be around you. There's no bitterness, there's no negative energy around you. Glory be to God. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Any question? Can we round up for now, for today? Any question? Today we are talking about self-esteem, and we talk about 3 types of self-esteem. We talk about the overly high esteem, which is who are the arrogant type, the self-entitlement type people. They express in a way that they make others to feel less than themselves. We have the healthy self-esteem. The healthy self-esteem have the ability to recognize and accept strengths and weaknesses. The healthy self-esteem can flow with everybody. And the person knows how to put boundaries. He knows how to accept what comes in and what goes out. And then we have the low self-esteem that we have been talking about throughout. The low self-esteem. How does it affect people? How does low self and how we can improve on it? So is there any question?
Yes, Past.
Yes, so
I have a question on for those people who are overly high esteem, who have overly high self-esteem.
yes.
How can they fix their situation?
Okay. How can
And
we?
then
Yes.
this my second question. If I see that I have a potential, because with low self-esteem, the person does not see the potential. Now, if I'm able to see my potential and I am not able to bring myself to using the potential, what is happening to me?
Now, can
Maybe
rejection okay, before I come to Pastor, okay, you see, we talk about the overly high people, right? Those people with overly high self-esteem, we say they are arrogant. So you see that they already have a problem with their emotional intelligence. They have to work more on their emotional intelligence. They have to still work on their self-esteem to identify themselves where they belong. We said to know somebody with a low self-esteem, the person has some character. He always feeling at the back, good for nothing. You always feel rejected. You always want to do, but the low things. Why this other person is too high? Pride is part of them because arrogance and pride are friends. Pastor Evelyn, arrogance and pride are friends. A proud man is an arrogant man.
Mhm.
You want to boss over everybody. You want your opinion to count. It means you are proud. You cannot come down to people's level. So those are people that are heading for destruction. Okay. Have I answered a question? There's a question I've not answered.
Yes, the second one
That
on
says,
when I am able to identify my potential, but I'm unable to exploit the potential.
why? You ask yourself why.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you unable? Because when you identify what you can do and you are not doing it, okay, so why are you not doing it? Is it because of fear or other limitation? You see. All right. In the case of self-esteem, right? How do I come out if I have a potential? For example, I can cook. And then you are married, and my husband keeps telling everybody eats my food and likes the food. Because my husband wants to victimize me, the food is never nice. You know what? I keep cooking. It's not like I don't stress myself again about his criticism. So I refuse to be victimized by it. You get it? I will refuse to be victimized. How do I manage my self-worth? Do I first of all know me? Do you know you? If I cannot do it, then I need some to learn. What is stopping me from doing it? How can I overcome this thing that is stopping me from doing it? So these are the questions you ask yourself when you want to. Am I okay? Is it okay?
Yes, Pastor, it's okay.
Except you give me an example.
I think you have
Like
you
in
have
which case?
yes, you have answered the question in a way that I can really find the way out.
Okay.
So I understand very well that I have to put a finger on what is actually stopping me. I should be able to evaluate and ask myself, am I staying behind because I'm comparing myself with another person? Am I staying behind because I want to be somebody? Am I staying behind because I am afraid? Am I staying behind because I don't
Any
even
of those
trust
things.
will people even attend to what I am doing and all that?
All right. That is it.
Okay, I have this question, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, generally in our society, we have this issue where, like this low esteem issue that is coming up, where mostly with the women. You know, most of our girls get into married when they are like pretty young, they are naive. Though some of them might even get into marriage with a certain level of education. And then
Yes.
they happen to fall in the hands of some of these low esteem men, I can also call them.
Yes.
And then they want to actually press down on the lady. They don't want her to express her potentials. They tie her down, and then maybe if you want to express yourself, like you have identified yourself and you want to do something, maybe to improve yourself, like getting a job, and then they keep pressing you down, and then somewhere along the line there is this issue of, say, you have to submit. They call it what? Submissive. Because I really don't, in fact, I really hate the word at times using it.
Yes.
So they say you have to be submissive, and then because you want to be submissive, you want to take orders, and then you see
You
that
just
you don't
finish your
have that
self-esteem.
opportunity of getting to do what you want to do. So that is what most of our young girls in their early ages of marriages are suffering today. So how do we address this kind of issue? Handling the issue of being submissive, identifying what you have to do, and there's somebody that's stopping you. At times, it's intentional. They don't even just want it for no good reason.
So their low self-esteem. So they want to shine. They become narcissistic. Yes, they become this kind of wicked people. I call it like that. So how do we do in such a situation? You know, as a marriage counselor, marriage, oh my God. That's why you see we have so many divorces now. Because most of the time, it reached a point where the lady cannot hold it. And the man has seen that the lady herself, she cannot give in. She's not for that thing. At first, it will be like the man is winning. You know, women have the ability to bundle it. So each time you do something to a woman, she strategizes, especially if she has finished her love for you. She is just strategizing, whether after 10 years, you will pay for that. She's looking for that opportunity. When it concerns marriage, the challenge is really the fact that normally submission. That's why you see we have this challenge. We don't like that word, Mabia, really, but it is the word that we must always. They say submission is power under control. So you have the ability. So you must align in a way that power should be under control first. That's why I said they should not kill your self-worth. You should know you. We can only help them by from the beginning, let them discover themselves first. Know their worth first. Begin in that home by not allowing those negative things to kill you. Sometimes you are a woman, say, I'm already used to. When he finishes, he will go and sleep. I'm already used to. Is it a new insult? Even in front, so I'm already used to. It has killed you. But because divorce is not just something that you get up in the morning, I'm entering and I'm going out. You will keep holding on, praying and trusting God, but inside of you, don't lose your worth. So at that time, you practice this submission that is power under control, not more losing your self-worth. So it will be the difference. So the man has made it, but you know your worth. And then you cannot just lose it. Are we there? Mabia, she's gone. If I am always wanting to hear certain things from my family, is it a sign of low self-esteem? Like if I heard it from others, and if it doesn't come from my partner, I don't feel good. Yes. Everyone who eats my food tells me I am a good cook, but I never hear that from my partner. Now we see people now differently. There are many reasons why you may not hear it. Some people is temperamental issues. You see now. Pastor Evelyn, are you there? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'm saying that
Yes.
sometimes they may not tell you because it's not part of their love language. Their temperament, they don't know. So it is not really, you must know the person you are working with. How does he generally treat you? Is it like everything you do is bad? Then that person has a low self-esteem, and we have to start working on it. And he's trying to kill yours. I say most husbands have low self-esteem, and they come and they meet wives that are strong, that are full of their life, they say you cannot continue to live. That's why if you see that kind of a man, if the wife dresses well, we are not going out. Go and change that dress. What is wrong with the dress? Low self-esteem. So if your husband does not appreciate your food, does he appreciate other things? Because people just have their different way of expressing things. You must know whether it is a temperamental issue or it's really a low self-esteem issue. Is it okay?
Please
Yeah,
pass.
All right.
Please.
Mavia, is it okay? You are shaking your head
Now,
like it's not good.
yeah, now like this is okay.
So when we treat as counselors, you don't just go and say, you are bad. Hey, you have not told your wife that her food is good. No, I may not tell her, but I have many other ways I appreciate her. It can be a time that I come once in a time in a if I say, you know, for all the food you have been cooking, thank you. So it's just like that. Are we okay? It just goes like that. So it can be a temperamental issue or a low self-esteem issue. So you should figure it. Then we will look for the answer. If it's an issue of a temperament, okay, or if it's kind of personality. All right, are we there?